Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my February TBR. It's very hot in here, but unfortunately I can't have the fan on, as you can probably see. I just had it on. But yeah, don't know why I told you that. But yeah, so I'm going to be showing you everything that I want to read in February. And I think this is a pretty good TBR. It's very big. I must admit, it's very spontaneous of me, but I'm going to show you. So let's go right on into it. So the first one I want to read is To Hate Adam Connor. I wanted to read this for a little bit, just never got around to it, and so I'm hoping to read it this month. I've heard some great things about it, and so I want to read it. The next one I want to read is Reminders of Him by Coleen Hoover. This is her newest release, and it came out 18th of January, I believe. So yeah, I don't know anything about this book at all, which normally I know most things about books before I read them, so, but I haven't even read the back of the book or anything. That is completely blank. I wanted to read this in January, straight after it came out. I just never got around to it because I was reading so many books at the time, but now I'm hoping to get to it this month. Next one I want to read is The Doctor by Nikki Sloan. Again, I don't know anything about this. I wanted to read this last month, and I'm pretty sure the month before that as well, but never got around to it, so I'm hoping to finally get around to it this month. Okay, so the next one is Dear Enemy. Like I was saying, the next one is Dear Enemy, and again, I don't know anything about this book. As you can tell, I don't know anything about most books. Let's see if I can read it back, because I have it right here. Let's see. I'll read it back. He was the last person she'd ever fall for. As kids, they hated each other. Mason Saint was beautiful, but despite his name, Delilah knew he was the devil. That he dated her slightly evil sister Samantha, with no picnic either. When they broke up, it was a dream come true. Delilah never had to see him again. 10 years later, her old enemy sends a text. Delilah's sister had stolen a valuable heirloom from Mason, now a rising Hollywood star, and he intends to collect his due. One problem: Sam has skipped town. Sparks still sizzle between Mason and Delilah, only this heat feels alarmingly like unwanted attraction. But Delilah is desperate to keep her weak-hearted mother from learning of her sister's theft. So she proposes a deal. She will pay off the debt by being Mason's personal chef and assistant. It's a recipe for disaster, but Mason can't stop himself from accepting. Even though Delilah clearly hates him, there's something about her that feels like home. Besides, they're no longer kids, and what once was a bitter rivalry has the potential to be something sweeter, something like forever. So yeah, it's Enemies to Lovers. It's quite thick actually. But yeah, can't wait to read this. I have been meaning to read this for a long time. Wanting to read it for a long time, more like. So yeah, can't wait to read that. The next one I want to read is Red, White and Royal Blue. I have been meaning to read this for so long. It's kind of ridiculous. So summer last year, maybe around that time, when it was really hyped, and you saw it everywhere. That's how long I've been meaning to read it. I finally recently got a copy, a physical copy of it, so I want to read that very, very soon. I know it's an LGBTQ book, but that's all I know, and I'm pretty sure it's something to do with Prince of something. I don't know, something like that, but I know that they can't be together, and that's the problem, or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what I want to read is Neon Gods. I don't know anything about this book at all. I only recently ish found it and was like, oh, looks good, and it's been hyped a lot recently, so I decided, you know what, I want to read that. Next one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is the book that I'm currently reading, and I can already tell you it is so good. I'm 170 something pages in, and wow, I love this book. It's like, I don't know how, like, I feel, I don't think it's like quite a 5-star yet, but it's really good. It's so good. So next one I want to read is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Again, I know this is a one of her like thriller books. I think it's a thriller, right? With a bit of romance in it. But yeah, I've heard so many people say that this one terrifies them. So I don't know, I'm intrigued. Next one I want to read is Confess by Colleen Hoover. I know that there's a series for this. I haven't watched it, but it's basically where I can't remember their names. The guy in it, he's an artist, and he gets people to like write down their secrets, and then he paints that secret. So I thought it like sounded interesting, and I'm yet to read it, obviously. So is No Tomorrow by Karen Cole. This was on my last month's TBR. I never got around to it, so I'm having to get around to it this month. Next two are Twisted Games and Twisted Hate. Twisted Hate recently came out. As you know, I read Twisted Love, and I loved it. Like, I found Twisted Love so interesting. Like, I think I was like halfway through it, and it was an already 5-star read for me. So I'm really intrigued to read the other 2 books in the series. And I know that at some point this year, Twisted Lies, the 4th book, is going to come out, and I can't wait. Next one I want to read is Culty by Maris Parter. I wanted to read this last month, and again, never got around to it because I did get around to some Maris Parter books, just not this one. So I really want to read this one this month. Next one is Don't Kiss the Bride by Karen Cole, I believe. Again, this was on my TBR last month, and I never got around to it, so I'm hoping to get around to it this month. Next one is Tide by Karen Cole. This was also on my last month's TBR. I never got around to it, but I have read Torn, sorry, sometime last year. It was a while ago, and I loved it. It was 5 stars, so I really want to read Tide and see what I think about that. Next one is Hush Hush. I have heard not much about this book, but I watched Morton Mary's videos, obviously, and she talks about this book a lot and says that it's really good. So I would really want to read it as well and see what I think. Next one is All Perfect by Colleen Hoover, but I've heard that it's better if I read, I think it was Hopeless, Losing Hope, and then like Finding Cinderella, then this one. Or was it Finding Perfect? Read that in some order. I gotta look into it, see what was better. I can't remember if this was a book that I was in it, or if it was like Finding Perfect that I'm getting mixed up with. But yeah, I've wanted to read this for quite a while. So next one I want to read is The Bad Boy and the Tomboy. I recently got this. I actually recently saw it as well. This was a Wattpad book, I believe. Here it is. Yeah, I believe this was a Wattpad book. But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who it was, but I saw someone talking about it, and I pretty much bought it straight away. But pretty much the title is Bad Boy and a Tomboy, and I'm guessing they fall in love with something like that. Yeah, but yeah, it was a Wattpad book. It tells you that. So it's interesting. So yeah, I'm hoping to read that. Next one. This is actually going to be really hilarious. Actually, it's a series. I've been meaning to. I've been saying that I'm going to read this series for months. You probably already know what one it is. And last month I said I'm definitely going to read it this month. I didn't read it that month, so I'm hoping that I read it this month. I'm going to read it. I shouldn't say that because I probably won't. I'm going to read it, but that is the Maid series. I know. Now, like last month, even though it didn't work, I'm not going to say I'm going to read all 3, even though I've put all 3 on my TBR. I want to at least read The Sweet Oblivion. At least. I want to start the series at least, okay? Now, we're just going to move on because I've talked about this series a lot and I haven't read it, so. Next one I want to read is A Touch of the Darkness. I have heard so many good things about this. It's quite hyped, so I want to read it. And I've heard good things about it, but those good things I can't remember. So again, I don't know anything about this book. There's The Boy Who Snakes in My Bedroom Window. This was on my TBR last month as well. I've had this book for quite a while and I haven't got to it yet, so I want to get to it. Next one I want to read is The Unhoneymooners. I got this book for Christmas. You probably saw it on my video of what I got for Christmas. And I want to read it. I did say in that as well that I'm going to read it. Or was it in my January TBR? That I was going to read it this month. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do that. Next one is Teach Me. I haven't heard anything about this book anywhere. I was just looking at some books and I saw it where I found it and I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So, yeah, I want to read that. Next one is a reread, and I want to reread The Crush by Penelope Wood. And you're probably thinking, you read that recently. And I'm thinking, yes I did, but I want to reread it. I want to annotate it. So, annotate my first book. So I want to read is The Legacy. Finish that series off. Okay, next one I'm going to do together. They're not related in any kind of way. So I want to read True for Joy, that Zoe Sugg and Amy McCullough. How do you say her last name? I'm so sorry. But them two, they wrote together. I read the first book a while ago and the cliffhanger at that book. So yeah, I really want to read True for Joy. And then I also want to read Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, because I read Normal People and it was great. I did a vlog on it. So I want to read Conversations with Friends as well. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!